This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
On the news this morning, Southeast governors to launch security outfit Ifiemi before end of 2021. IGP deploys new CP Special Forces to Anambra State ahead of November 6 elections. Ichie Council Chairman denies masterminding attack on leader of Ichie Legislative Assembly Cynthia Nwala. Resident doctors to resume work today. On the foreign scene, top Malawi businessman jailed 9 years for bribe attempt. I am Ifiemi Andrew. The Southeast Governors Forum says a security outfit Ifiemi will be established in all Southeast states before the end of the year. The governors said this as part of their 8-point agenda during a meeting that took place at the Enugu State Government House yesterday. The governors also condemned IPOB sit-at-home orders. Ebonyi State Governor Dave Umahi read out the communique.
The meeting contains the sit-at-home orders, which are mostly issued by our people in diaspora who do not feel the pain. To ensure the information, the meeting resolved that governors and all the people of the Southeast do everything within the law to ensure that there is no further sit-at-home in the Southeast, and that people are allowed to freely move about in the zone. The meeting agreed that Southeast Ifiemi security outfit will be launched in all the Southeast states. The meeting resolved to support election in Anambra State and directed security agencies to ensure a peaceful election in Anambra State.
Anambra State now has a new Commissioner of Police, Echeng Eworo Echeng, making him the 4th CP in the state within 8 months. CP Echeng becomes the 32nd Police Commissioner, taking over from Tony Olofu, who has been transferred to the Force Headquarters in Abuja. Force spokesperson Frank Umba in a statement said the IGP also deployed special forces to Anambra State to complement the ongoing peace-building efforts of the Nigerian Police Operation Restore Peace in Anambra. In another development, former presidential spokesperson Doni Okukwe has formally declared his intention to contest the 2023 presidential election on the platform of the PDP. Dr. Okukwe, in a statement, promised to run a government which, for the first time, will make the life, well-being and safety of lives and properties, especially of the poor and needy, a major priority. APC chieftain Chizi Inyema Osila says leader of the party and Minister of Transportation Chibuike Amechi has not endorsed anyone for chairmanship ahead of the party's state congresses on October 16. Mr. Inyoma Osila said this during the launch of his campaign tagged "My Work, My Page, Our APC Will Work." He said he has built enough capacity in all local government areas of Rivers State to deliver APC in the 2023 general elections. He also charged fellow contestants to a debate and show their support base, and further promised to bring the entire Rivers State under APC when he is elected as the APC state chairman.
We have very energetic supporters in all the local government. I dare not challenge anybody contesting with me to parade their support base in their ward and local government. I will win the person in his or her local government. I am not just going to be an opposition chairman. I'm going to be a chairman that will sit in to accept the governor of Rivers State in 2003. A chairman that will make sure that 13 House of Rep members are APC. A chairman that will make sure that 32 House of Assembly members are APC. That's the chairman I'm coming to be.
Mr. Inyoma Osila assured APC members of better welfare and empowerment. He also promised to reconcile aggrieved persons in the Rivers APC.
I have been in APC enough to know that there is a lot of money has been spent on APC by our friends. Yet, those money do not go to anywhere. So I have come to say no to them. That the welfare of APC must be planned, must be monitored to the extent that the man and the unit will benefit. There will be APC offices in all the worlds. There will be secretaries and security and drivers and a party secretary. We will reconcile practically because no house go to war.
Mr. Onyema Sila also urged the Minister of Transportation Chibike Amechi to contest as President of Nigeria in 2023, promising to rally support for him and deliver Rivers State to the APC during the presidential election. Meanwhile, some APC members also praised the leadership qualities of Chizi Onyema Sila, saying he is the right man for the position of the APC state chairmanship seat in Rivers State.
APC members in Rivers State want to occupy Government House 2023. And to do that, you have to start with the party structure. The larger membership of the party, they are tired of the business which PDP members are doing inside the APC.
We've known him to be a good gentleman who has developed capacity over the years. He has great leadership skills. He's a great mobilizer. He galvanized support all around Rivers State for a great party, APC. So he's good for the job. He's the right man that the party needs at this.
He's trustworthy. He lost something for the party. He has not benefited anything from APC since he came in. But he just wants to revive the party. I know the best for APC is Chizi Kingsley Onyema Sila as state chairman.
Moving on, the Echie Local Government Council has denied reports that its chairman Obi Nanyanwu directed his chief security officer to harass, intimidate or assault any serving councillor of Echie Legislative Assembly. Spokesperson of the council, Robinson Olwar, in a statement explained that the leader of the house, Cynthia Nwala, attempted to take the mace using a team of armed policemen and over 20 armed thugs, but was prevented from doing so by fellow legislators. Earlier, leader of the Echie Legislative Assembly, Cynthia Nwala, tells correspondent Sobiru Ruwari that she was beaten by armed thugs and her vehicle damaged shortly after plenary. She said the thugs who attacked her took away the mace in her car.
After the sitting, about to leave, they locked the council gate. I was asking who locked the gate. The next thing, the CSO just punched. And then say, where's the mace? The next thing, use a knife with his stocks. The other ones I would go on him is with the knife. Went to my car, broke out the glass, took the mace, dragged my car and tore the car, even to the extent slapped me and hospital. He called me and showered all sorts of names. And he said he was sent by the chairman and his chief of staff. Promise Wango and Obi Nanyanwu, then the local government chairman sent him to collect the mace from me. He's the CSO councillor. He's there with the mace now.
Online photos showed her with torn clothes and an SUV with smashed windscreens. She explained why she had the mace in her car.
Council is under renovation and the clerk is not on my side. Then the deputy leader is dressing like a leader. Somebody in the midst of them told me I should be careful that they bought the cap for the deputy leader and a gown and they dressed the deputy leader. And I saw the thing on Facebook and they're renovating the council. So I took the mace and went to and called the council chairman immediately that I'm with the mace. See the purpose of me taking that mace. He said okay. And the councillors agreed I should hold the mace because it's not safe. They are under renovation.
She, however, denied staging any attack.
Is it possible for you to you yourself broke the glass of your car, back of the car, side, you just on your own, break your car? How will I turn my gun? Mother like me, that has 4 children. Then I will turn my gun for my picture to go to the there. So I broke my car and I also gave them the base. My car is there now, parking at the council. You look at me now, I'm all over the media. The married one that has kids and a husband. My pictures everywhere in the media. They should take care of my car and even the money they took from my car too. 2 million I wanted to go and use and pay for my child traveling. I didn't sit in my car again.
Meanwhile, chairperson of the Nigeria Association of Women Journalists NAWOJ in Rivers State, Susan Serekara Onwikana, has condemned the attack on the Echie legislative leader, Cynthia Nwala.
We, members of the Nigerian Association of Women Journalists Rivers State Chapter, has condemned the brutal attack unleashed on the Echie legislative leader, Right Honorable Mrs. Cynthia Nwala, at the Echie Local Government Council Secretariat yesterday. The attack is not only barbaric but an unpardonable assault on womanhood. We called on the civil society organizations, the International Federation of Women Lawyers FIDA, and the Rivers State Police Command to rise up to this occasion.
Spokesperson of the Rivers State Police Commander Nnamdi Omoni has confirmed the incident, saying it is a case of assault. SP Omoni said the CSO has been invited and an investigation has been ordered. Away from that, Chairman of Akrika Local Government Area, Akuro Tobins, says the only casualty from the collapse of the Isaka jetty on Saturday evening was a 4-year-old girl. Mr. Tobins, in an interview, said local divers rescued every other person that fell into the water, contradicting the account of a boat driver who said 2 more bodies were later found.
When the event occurred, I went straight to where the jetty collapsed. When I got there, I met the people here in the community. I thank God, so happy for what they did. Immediately, the local divers intervened and rescued all those that fell into the water when the jetty collapsed. And everybody was rescued, apart from the 4-year-old little girl who couldn't swim. The following day, being Sunday, the corpse was discovered. Handed over to the family of the disease. It is only one casualty.
The Federal High Court in Abuja has fixed October 8 to hear the fundamental rights suit filed by former Governor Peter Odili against the Nigerian Immigration Service. The former governor had taken the service to court, challenging the alleged seizure of his passport at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, on his arrival into the country from the United Kingdom. The service, however, claims that the passport was seized because it was placed on the EFCC watch list. The service also applied to file fresh evidence against the former governor. Still ahead, federal government to pay undergraduates of education courses in public tertiary institutions per semester. Stay tuned. Resident doctors in Nigeria will resume work today following the suspension of their 63-day-old nationwide strike. The decision was taken after an emergency National Executive Council meeting of the association on Sunday night. A communique signed by the President, National Association of Resident Doctors, Dare Godia Ishaya, said the suspension of the strike followed critical appraisal of the performances of both federal and state governments on the issues that led to the strike. The federal government has proposed to pay the sum of 75,000 naira per semester for undergraduates studying education courses in public institutions and 50,000 naira for those who enroll for a national certificate in education program. Minister of Education Adamu Adamu said this yesterday during the celebration of this year's World Teachers' Day in Abuja. He said beneficiaries must attend public institutions only and sign a bond to serve their state for 5 years on graduation. In the meantime, Chairman of the Nigeria Union of Teachers in Rivers State, Lucky Wagene, is still worried over poor welfare for teachers. Speaking shortly after an event to mark the day in Port Harcourt, Mr. Lucky told our correspondent that the teaching profession is neglected by the government.
The aim is at teachers gathering to
be able to evaluate their performances in terms of their relationship with their employer for the past 1 year. It is a day for stock taking. In terms of today's celebration in Rivers State, it is low-key. It is a black day for teachers of Rivers State. They have no joy to celebrate this day, but just in obedience to their calling. The reason is that everything about their welfare has not been undertaken by government.
Mr. Nkbogene, however, commended teachers for their sacrifices despite being ignored by government.
We make several attempts and we write severally to government. We are not confrontational. We are critical stakeholders. Our duty is to use diplomacy to approach government, which I have been doing since 2015 that I became chairman. But I congratulate teachers of Rivers State who are so committed and have devoted their time, even in the midst of all these treatments to them in their welfare packages. They have been committed to their job.
The serving overseer of First Love Assembly, Pastor Simeon Afolabi, has urged Christians and Nigerians at large to continue to put their trust in the Lord Jesus Christ despite the various challenges facing the country. Pastor Afolabi made the call at a media briefing ahead of the forthcoming National Convention of First Love Assembly with the theme, "We Have an Anchor," slated to hold on November 4 and 7th, 2021. He said Jesus Christ remains the hope of the country.
It's a myth that teachers are not undergoing any form of training or retraining. The duty of personal responsibility on you is what makes you to undertake certain courses, whether they are online courses for your own edification.
We apologize for that mix-up. Moving on, the serving overseer of First Love Assembly, Pastor Simon Afolabi, also called on Nigerians to come together to prefer solutions to the challenges facing the country and stop blaming those in authority.
I would say that the majority of teachers are forward.
Our correspondent reports that those that will be ministering include Reverend Yomi Katsali of the Foundation of Truth Assembly, Reverend Maurice Alugwe, among others.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
Facebook whistleblower Francis Haugen is testifying at an internet safety hearing on Capitol Hill. The 37-year-old was a former product manager on Facebook's civic integrity team, tells senators that Facebook's leaders know how to make their products safer, but they won't. She said they have put their immense profits before the people. Facebook, however, has rejected her claims, saying it has spent significant sums of money on safety. The highly anticipated testimony comes a day after a massive Facebook outage, which saw services down for 6 hours and affected billions of users globally. On the news this morning, you heard that Southeast Governors Forum has said that it will establish a security outfit known as Ibuagu before the end of 2021. IGP has deployed a new commissioner of police and a special force team to Anambra State ahead of November 6 elections. Ichie Council chairman has denied masterminding the attack on leader of Ichie Legislative Assembly, Cynthia Nwala. Resident doctors will resume work today. On the foreign scene, you heard that the Facebook whistleblower Francis Haugen is testifying at an internet safety hearing on Capitol Hill. The news was edited by Martha Kiri. Contact our newsroom on 0818 900 0017. For more stories, visit www.nigeriainfo.fm. Cloudy weather is expected in Port Harcourt this morning. My name is Ifiemi Andrew. Thank you for your time and have a great day ahead.